Welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trade and all our videos for educational purpose. We're not your financial advisor. Whatever you do, it is at your own risk. Welcome. Before we start, you're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trades either. This is really nice. It's a good start for 10 o'clock. Let me explain to you what's going on in the market. The market, it was really heading south all the way down here. And right now, at this moment, the ES managed to cross from short to long. And it is really fighting to go to the long side. And it is just crossed the critical area on the ES. And the Nasdaq, if we look at the Nasdaq also just finished crossing critical area here. This is here where the double resistance, and it was fighting it really hard. And now we broke that level here, and now is only long. There is no more short, and the market just managed to break out to the long side. So it is perfect timing and to start reposition your auto trades to the long position. There is a little pullback because still the ES is fighting the last block. It's the 39.2150. It is a little bit struggling because it was really hard to break from the short to the long. We still have the 39.2150. We need to cross that one here. But the pullback re-entry, it is in order, and there is no more short trades. The ES, it is struggling on 39.2150. And if we look at the market analyzer, the ES has not really turned on to the buy position at this moment. It will. And the Nasdaq is already hit the buy position on the Nasdaq, which right now the Nasdaq is a breakout to the long side, and the ES eventually the market is changing momentum, and we are about to break the 39.21. Once we break the 39.21, we are shooting straight to the 39.31. Put it on your chart, 39.31.25. This is the next block we need to deal with. It's too early to cross that bridge. The first bridge we need to cross is the 39.2150. If the ES cross the 39.2150, we are in order, and we're gonna see some really nice, smooth long trading. Here is the problem. If the ES not able to cross the 39.21, then we are talking about sideways market, and that is going to drag the Nasdaq down with it. So as we see from the technical side, as a re-entry on the ES, as we speak right now, there is a re-entry at 39.12, and there is a re-entry at 39.0775. And those are the re-entry long. Whatever you do, you be on SIM. The support area, the major support area on the Nasdaq is 123.97. This is very fine. As long as the ES rebound from the re-entry points here, we are in a very good shape if you are auto trading the Nasdaq. So they two work together. If we look at the market analyzer, the Nasdaq, it is already in the buying mood, and the ES, don't look at this auto trade. The auto trade took short, and there is no short at this moment. Do not take short, and you should not take short. Is a re-entry, only re-entry on the ES. The only time we're gonna go back to the short, if the ES cross the 3907. This is the number you see on the chart. If the ES cross this number, this means the market is dropping again. If the ES maintain above that number, the ES is going to be a re-entry from that level here. And it is really important, that number here, to stay or maintain above that number. And as you see, the ES came in on the 3907.75 exactly to the tick here, and I hope he will not cross it, because if he crosses it, this means all the long trade is off, and now we are back on the short again. This is a really, really, really critical area on the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, anything you call. This is a really critical area. So there we go. The ES lost it, and the Nasdaq is not given in to the short trade yet. So hold your horse on the ES little, on the Nasdaq a little bit. The ES lost it. He tried to break out that level. He couldn't break the 39.21, and now we are in a really big mess on the ES, a huge mess on the ES. And now the Nasdaq is refusing to die. It's 123.74. There is no short on the Nasdaq, and this is where the confusion started. The ES lost his momentum, and the Nasdaq is holding, and is very much holding. And there is a lot of support area for the Nasdaq where there is no short on the Nasdaq. The support area on the Nasdaq broke down, but we still maintaining on the long position. If this ES goes farther down, absolutely the Nasdaq will start losing momentum, but then we have a problem with the support at 123.58, and we don't want to deal with this sideways market. So right now, as long as this Nasdaq above that number here, 12375.75, as long as this Nasdaq maintaining above that line, if you see how accurate it is, as long as this Nasdaq maintaining above that number, we are okay. If it goes down, it's too early to go short. It's too early to go short. Don't get confused because you are using auto trade. The market, if it's a sideways, the market is sideways, and you have to be careful. And let's see what Mr. ES here, 007, is going to do. And on that, we can start making decision. The Nasdaq is still to the long position. ES, there is no trades anymore on the ES, not unless if going back and crossing again the 39.15, then it is a long again. This is a big fight here between the Nasdaq wanted to go up, and the ES is dragging the Nasdaq down. And this is 90% of amateur traders cannot see it. 90%, 90% traders cannot see it. And they keep auto trading and looking at the P&L, and they don't see it. And they don't see they are in danger. So this is something you need to spot when you are auto trading. If you are busy, if you are really busy, then we have a different type of an auto trader probably you can use. But if you are busy, you should not be trading or auto trading if you cannot keep your eye on it or keep checking on the market every 10-15 minutes. If you are going to sleep or you're going on a hunting or something, you should not leave your auto trade running and you disappear. It's not going to happen. So right now the Nasdaq start losing ground, but there is no short because we have this major support area in here. I cannot pinpoint any even a manual trade on the Nasdaq, and the ES right now we are going to hold on the ES a little bit because the market is really getting into turbulence in here. This area here should not be traded. The reason it should not be traded. The market is sitting between short and long. The market is sitting between short and long and cannot find direction. And I promise you, you're not the one is going to find a direction for the market. You're not the one you need to figure out if this market going short or long. If you ask me on a manual trade right now on the Nasdaq or ES, long or short, I'll tell you stay the hell out and flatten all your trades and wait till we find direction. There is no direction in the market. When there is no direction in the market, there is no money to be made. I don't care what kind of auto trade you are using, whether you are using our auto trade or somebody else auto trade. When the market is sideways, auto trade is not a dishwasher machine. You're not gonna be bubble up to your dollar to $1 million because you are auto trading. Everybody is auto trading. Millions of traders are auto trading. You're not the only smart guy auto trading. Some people are looking at the charts. Some people they're just looking at P&L. Your advantage is when you find out the market is sideways, you need to sit on the side and you should not be auto trading. Yes, if I want to, I can bring some charts and it's making money. Yes, I can bring you plenty charts that's making money, but it's not about that. It's about when we are starting we were using that chart, the 10 range. And I took it off because I said there is no short. I still think it's not short. This is the same chart we started with a webinar today on the range 10, and you can see it earlier. But it does not mean it's okay. It does not mean, yes, it's making money, but it does not mean it's short. From the technical side, it's not short. So maybe you look at your chart and you say, well, my ES is making money. Yes, your ES is making money today, but maybe tomorrow is losing money. It's not about, oh, I'm doing fine today. What we are trying to spot here, when there is danger in the market, how we can be stable in the market and consistency. I don't care about today because you were lucky. You got away with one trade on ES or Nasdaq or Dow Jones. You got lucky today. Tomorrow you're not going to get lucky. You're going to lose it all again. So what we're trying to say is consistency. When we see the market is sideways, you should be flatten out everything and sit on the side. Or if you have some profit, close that trade and put it on an idle. As an example, right now, I don't like the short. As an example, what you can do, whether it's $200 profit or $300, the P&L is irrelevant. What we say close this position. You close that position. Okay, it's very fast. Close position and pose. So right now, what I'm doing here on the ES, I'm posing the trades. I don't want this ES to start taking a trade. This is an option you can do because I don't like the ES where it's going and I'm not sure the ES is going short. So sometimes when you're auto trade taking a trade, even if it's profitable, you are in danger and you need to close it, secure your sum of the profit if there is a profit, and then what you need to do, sit on the side. Also the advantage of it, if you want to, you can, when you unleash the auto trade to start taking a trade again, you can say long only or short only if you want to. And then you can see the color change here and you say only take a long trade or short trade. So this is what we call management when you are trying to manage your auto trade. You should not just turn it on like a dishwasher machine in the morning and everything is going to be spotlessly clean in the afternoon. So as we see here, look at this. The ES did not go short, and that's why I closed that trade. So you cannot tell me, well, my chart is making money. Yes, your chart is making money on that trade, but it's not going to be consistency on every single day. The most danger on every single trader when they do not spot problems in the market. They just jet skiing with their eyes closed and there are sharks right under their feet. And they don't see it. And this is the problem. I mean, auto trading, there is 20 different type of an auto trade in our package. We're not talking about weakness here, and they're all using the latest technology. But nevertheless, Autotrader itself is not enough. If we see problem in the market, we need to stop immediately. This is a place can wipe up your account or can double your account. It's up to the trader and understand what's going on in the market. There is no way you are able to just keep chunking money out of the market and you with your eyes closed. There is no such a business. You're gonna close your eyes and the money is gonna flow to your bank. There is no such a thing. So, as an example, on a Friday in the afternoon, no matter what you do with the auto trades, they usually go smoothly. The reason is when those beginners come and make noises when the market opened the first 2 hours, when they leave on a Friday at 1:30, the older guys, they start coming in and taking a smooth ride in the market. So there is a certain time the market is smooth, and a certain time there is volatility in the market, and you don't want to trade with volatility. Let me show you something. The ones who traded earlier today, because what we have said to our traders, the best way is to start trading between 8 and 8:30. So if we look when this happened, when the short trade started around 8:30, and it was beautiful shot. Beautiful. So no matter what type of an auto trade you were using around 8:30, you would have been fine and you would have made your target before even the markets open. If we look from that time in here, from 9:39 until now, there is nothing in the market. The market is not trending. If we look here, between 8:30 all the way till 9:30, this 1 hour was an excellent. Right now, it is rubbish and is going back and forth between short and long. And trust me, this is where 90% of traders start losing money. They don't lose money in here. Any type of I'm talking about my auto trade. In this area here, any type of an auto trade out of the 20 auto trades we have, there is no way you will not be making money in here. Anyone start auto trading in here at 9:39, he is in trouble. The same auto trade, the same dishwasher, the same auto trade, the same time frame. Whether you are using 1 minute, 3 minutes range, whatever you want to use, it's the same story. So this is here is not tradable. And this is where most of the traders start losing money when they don't know when the market is critical. So let's go back. I just want to really pinpoint something in here that also there is many other way you can spot this market. You can spot this market by looking at the market analyzer. You don't have to be a genius trader. You don't have to have 10, 15 years on your belt. What you need, if we look at this NASDAQ, the NASDAQ is a long way from home to go short. It is to the buy order, and the ES is already lost all his momentum and his heading south. Every time you see the NASDAQ and the ES not going in the same direction, your account is in trouble. I don't want to say your auto trade. I don't want to say your manual trade. Every time, every single time, when you look at the market analyzer and you see the ES go in one direction, you have a 3 signals short. On the NASDAQ, you have 2 signal long and 1 short. That means there is confusion in the market. Every time I'm looking at this market analyzer, I know exactly a bunch of traders are losing money. Without even looking at the blue chart, they are losing money. Because the market is not trending. Even if they are making one trade right, this is not consistency. Sometimes, yes, you see $2,000-3,000 trade, but then the second day you're not looking at it, you're gonna start losing. The third day you start losing. So this temporarily one winning trade, you manage to win a trade when the market under or in the turbulence or in the confusion trend, does not mean you got out of trouble. Does mean you just slipped for today from the market and tomorrow you're gonna get stuck again. So if you slipped on one trade, does not mean you're genius. You just been lucky today and you slipped. So at this moment, the Nasdaq is not giving into the short position and still fighting, going long, and the ES is just sitting on idle, and that is trouble. They're not going on the same direction. So we need some movement, we need some breakout, and then once this market readjusted itself, then you can start unleashing your auto trade. It doesn't matter if it's going long or short, it's not our problem. Our problem is to find out the market is working in parallel and synchronizing with each other. The ES, Nasdaq, is like an engine. It has to be the balance perfect on the same thing here. And now if we look, the ES and the Nasdaq is refusing to die, and the ES is just sitting on idle here. It's doing nothing, it's not moving, and probably will go to the target one, which target one followed by double support, which is 38.93 profit taking, and this is a huge drag for a trader to sit down, because this can make him lose his temperament. Once he start losing his temperament, he start making mistakes in the market. Absolutely. So this is where when you look at it like this, stop everything, take a break, drink coffee, do whatever you want, come back in 10-15 minutes, and the market is lining up. So it's not going to be like this all day long. It's just temporarily for a few minutes, and then once you spot it, you stop, and then you say, once this market starts lining up, you say, okay, I'm going to start unleashing the auto trades. The Nasdaq is going on the breakout, and it's not listening to the Nasdaq. The last bumper on the Nasdaq is 123.9950, and once the bars start closing above that double resistance, become a double support again, because it was right there, and then I'm expecting this market to climb from now till 12 o'clock, maybe 124.76. And you can see the ES is not going anywhere. It's sitting on idle and it's not trending. And what we need to do, we need to see the ES going above the 39.1175. This means both of our instruments in line, and they are both are tradable to the long side. As long as this ES below that number here, 39.08, is not tradable. It's not tradable. Even if you want to go short, there is an institutional number at 38.9275, followed by a double support, and then you have the 38.89, followed by double support. So even if you take a short, there is no big fish in this trade. It's just few ticks you're able to get out of the market. It's not what you want or how many ticks you want, but this ES is not going to allow you to swing trade at this position here. Or if you are quick with your hand, maybe you can scalp couple 3 ticks here and there. The question is it worth it to put your account online on a table against someone else for a couple of 3 ticks? Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. and I get aggravated. So this is a really, right now, we can see it is the market sitting on idle. And if we look at the market analyzer, it's a very mixed market analyzer. There is the ES going one direction, the YM going one direction, the NASDAQ is going another direction. But at the end of the day, both of them are going up. Because the ES cannot go short at this moment. It's not shortable. You cannot short the ES. So let's look, and once this ES start crossing the 39.12, this means everything is behind us, and now we are going to the long side. Keep your eye on those numbers on the charts. Those are your guidance. Above that number is long, below that number is short. As simple as that. You can see how the NASDAQ is sitting on that number. It's a very important number, and that's why you see this ES is flirting with this number. And you can see how the NASDAQ sitting above that number. Those numbers are very important even when you are auto trading. They are very important. Let me take this one out. Why the ES hit 3-4 bars on that number 3908? It's like you're trying to kick a solid door. You know, you kick it the first time, it's very solid. Then you kick it the second and the third, and then it gets weakened. And then when you kick it, then you are able to open the door. And you have to think about it this way. The ES come and kick the door 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, simplify it, and now is able to break that door. It's like a door, a solid door. And now they're both above this number. And now you can see the market start getting adjusted. And now it is gradually start getting momentum and going up. At this moment, there is weakness on the long trade, and once cross again this 39.11, the first is the most important after we cross the 39.11 is the 39.21, because the first time the ES tried fell. And that's what caused this market delaying, or that's what caused this market confusion. It's very important, guys, to keep your eye on your chart, to the 1 minute, not this junk Renko bars. We have Renko bar. We're not attacking anybody's Renko bar. Any Renko bar, including our Renko bar, you should not look at it to identify a trend. You always need to keep up your eye. Keep your eye on the 1 minute, because you are a daily trader. You trade on a daily basis. You need the 1 minute. The 1 minute is your guidance. The 1 minute is your success. The 1 minute can analyze the market for you, because Ninja Trader is in minute. It's not in Renko bar. It's not in banana bar. It's not in range bar. Ninja Trader chart is in minute. You cannot adopt somebody else and call it your kit. This is a chart based on minute. You cannot change that. You can auto trade on any given time frame, But the 1 minute can give you an accurate reading, especially if you are a ninja trader. The 1 minute is the most accurate. Now, if you are swing trading, we can add the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes on the chart. We can swing trading. But if you are on a day trading, the 1 minute, it is your gate. It is your gate to consistency. Weakness on the long trend, we still need to cross the 39.1175. The market is getting stronger. We can see from the market analyzer, start from 1 minute to 30 minutes and from 1 minute to 30 minutes, start getting stronger on the NASDAQ. A little bit still weak on the ES, but it's getting stronger. The buyers are equal to the sellers. On the ES, the buyers are equal to the sellers, but on the NASDAQ, the buyers is way over the sellers. The buyers are way over the sellers. With the CL, it's the opposite. The sellers, they are over the buyer a little bit. It's not much. We'll see how the outcome coming in. Slowly getting stronger. The market is slowly getting stronger. And we are on the right direction. So now, very soon we should start getting signal from the market analyzer on the ES long. For the CL, the same thing apply on the ES and NASDAQ and any other instruments. The CL has already hit the target. If the CL enter those two yellow lines, you should not allow your auto trade to take any more short trade. It's the opposite. Once the CL enter those two yellow lines here, this means is about to reverse the market. Once the CL enter those two yellow lines, we will look at it. The ES is going back to the same number, 3907. You can always sit down and re-enter this on a manual trade as well. Even if you are auto trading or you are manual trading, your stop loss, if you are taking long on the ES, has to be below that number here, 3908. No matter where you take the long trade in here, your stop loss is right there, 39.06. Doesn't matter where you take the long. Now the ES is fixing on the market analyzer, is fixing to be synchronized with the Nasdaq. It's a matter of time before our signals start change to the buy. For the CL, if you notice, when the CL did go enter between the two yellow line here, this is what means you should not be taking any more short trade on any instrument. On any instruments, you should not be taking short trade once the market enter the yellow line. You should be staying. When the market goes between those two yellow lines, you need to close your position on any given auto trade. For the ES, for the CL, you have a re-entry at 66.57. 66.57 as a re-entry. We're about to go long on the ES. You're gonna have a signal very soon on the ES. If you want to go on the ES, you have to be on a sim. And as you see, this is the re-entry on the CL. It's right there. This is exactly where we called it. Look. right there. And on the ES, it's about the market analyzer to give us a signal to the long trade. But our auto trades already taken the long trades a long time ago. Now it's changing direction. On the ES, it's gonna go from short to long. We're gonna get a new signal on it. It was a perfect spot. We call the ES. It's right there. Look at it. Perfect spot. Once it entered the yellow, close that trade. That's your target. Perfect. Perfect trade on the Nasdaq. And there we go. Breakout. Finished. If you know how to spot the market, and that's how it pays off. This is exactly how it pays off. Once we understand how the market functions, you don't have a problem. There you go, new signal, the whole market changing direction, everything is good. And this is what we said as we expected. We're gonna have a little problem at, that's what we said from the beginning. We're gonna have a little problem, a bumper. We need to look at it very careful at 39.30. And the morning session is already, the destination has already hit. The destination on the ES for the morning session, 39.25. This is your target for the morning session, and for the Nasdaq session, it is at this moment 12483.75. This is where your destination on the Nasdaq for the morning session is finished. The CL is going south beautifully. We need to keep our eye on the 39.30. So if you are taking a trade, keep your eye on that one. Let's look at the CL. The CL, it was perfect re-entry and short. And we climb in little at the time. If you are not in a trade with the Nasdaq, once this market enter those two yellow lines, you should not let your auto trade take any long trade on the Nasdaq. It's finished. If you're not in a trade with the Nasdaq, you wait. This is, you don't take a trade in here. As a manual trader, if you are, your re-entry only if the market dropped to 124.04. This is the only re-entry on the Nasdaq. You don't take a market order in here. It's a suicide. Once this market entered those two yellow lines, you should not be taking any new trades. It's finished. The ES, if we look at the momentum here, is about to cross the 39.25. I'm not concerned about the 39.25. I'm concerned about the 39.30. So we need a little boost in there to break that one and hit the target for the morning is 39.39. Hopefully we get it. It's really struggling on the 39.25, but it's going to break it. This is the difference. When you have the instruments on the side, you can identify if this market momentum able to break any fib line or not. So it's not just the fib we need to be concerned about. The fib is one puzzle, but we need to check the market pressure momentum to see if this momentum able to break that line or not. And this is where there are 100 people can draw fib line, and 99.9% once they hit the fib line, they don't know what to do with it because they cannot tell if this fib line going to hold or not, and that it is different between short and long. It's not about the genius guy knows how to draw fib line, is to understand if this market able to break that line. And as we see from the momentum, is going to break that line. And look where I was concerned, right there at 39.30. If we look at the pressure in the market, is able to break it. We can see is a double resistance, is a very strong hold, and we can see where the ES stop right there. This is what we said minutes ago, and this is what I'm concerned about, because if we are able to break that line, your daily target, your morning target, 39.39, you're gonna nail it. Finished, done. You don't need a genius guy, you don't need any paying anyone to be in a room. You don't need anyone. Once you start learning the tricks in the market, you're fine. And on the signal automated to trade is already climbing to his target. And there we go. Look at this. Is struggling with the 39.29 and the target 39.50. Now, this like an auto trade, if the trend is strong, is going to readjust the target itself. And the same thing happening on the YM is already, and if this market going on a strong trend, the auto trade by itself is going to readjust the target, and is going to try to play cat and mouse between the target. So you can see the auto trade now start getting greedy for you. You don't need to be greedy. Now he jumped to the target 39.41 automatically. We're not doing anything. And then if this market not going to the 39.41, is measuring the market if we can get a little bit more out of it. The same story happening on the Russell, and also on the Russell is getting greedy, and it is going on the expand the target, and there we go. It's 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock you need to start taking your ticks off the table, and this is exactly where we planned. It's this 39.39. Is any more strengths in the market? Yes, there is plenty strengths in the market. It's gonna go up and up. It's going to be plenty. Okay, there we go. The YM finished. Out of the way. The ES is going to, and on the Nasdaq, the institutional number is right there, and the target is 12509. Perfect. I'll take it and call it up for today. And on the swing trading, the Nasdaq is flying 6,000. Once you start learning the tricks, folks, you start enjoying trading. You can see when the market was in confusion, it was no money to be made. And when the market get aligned, the ES, Nasdaq, like an engine, everything is balanced, everything is in sequence. This is where the buffet table open, all the ticks you can eat. This is the buffet table. But when the market is in confusion, this is where the trader start losing money. How to avoid losing money? Learn. Learn. Especially when we are providing free education. Learn. Learn the tricks in the market. Once you start learning to the tricks in the market, you don't need to watch television to buy stocks anymore or sell stocks. You don't need a guy, you don't know. He was born yesterday. He's predicting for you in 2040 the Bitcoin is going to 10 million, depends on the cigarettes he's smoking. I own Bitcoin. I give it to my children. I mean, I have nothing against Bitcoin. I think it's a great, the crypto. My prediction in 2040, it will not be cryptocurrency. It will be something else. It will not be. My prediction. Now, the other guy prediction is the Bitcoin going to $1 million. That's fine. Fair enough. I don't know what is going to happen in 2040. God knows if we are living to 2040, if no other diseases is going to break out from now to 2040. But what I'm saying is maybe instead Bitcoin, it will be probably digital US dollar. I don't know, or something else, or bonds, or I don't, or ES. I don't know. So we cannot predict what happened in 2040, but we can predict what's going on today in the market. When we are using the 1 minute, we know exactly where we are going. So in 2040, maybe there is no more cryptocurrency. Maybe there is some kind of digital ES. I don't know. Or maybe digital gold. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to come out of the hat like a rabbit. I don't know what somebody is going to come out with something. I don't know what happened in 2040. What I know is today, the ES hit the target at 11 o'clock. That's all what I know. Bitcoin, I don't know, in 2040 it will be exist, the Bitcoin, or it will be $10 million. Who knows? Who cares? Today we are living here. And I want to know where this ES going today. Don't tell me what happened on the ES. Any idiot can see what happened in the past, after the fact. Tell me where this ES is going. That's all what I need to know. Don't tell me, well, because this and this, don't be naive. What happened in the past, it happened. You don't need a genius to read it. What we need is to predict the market, where it's going, and where we can stop trading and close this computer, turn around and go with our lives. That's what it is all count. What is count in the trading, in the future trading, not this baby talk based on pattern and all this. This is you see it a lot in Bitcoin. They use pattern. And in a year, blah, 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 this has happened and this is going to happen in 2023. Rubbish. Because this pattern, you can reoccur this pattern by using different time frame. If you want to try to make it look good, you can use a different time frame. And then you can spot pattern. A pattern is not trading future. As we see here, we are hitting the target as I estimated, and there is a little more beef in the market, a little bit more. On the Nasdaq, this one here is about to finish as well. On the ES, there is enough momentum. It's 11 o'clock right now. There is target 1 and target 2. Those are institutional numbers, and we are going to hit it. The Nasdaq already hit the target 1 and target 2, and now on the Nasdaq is going to stay between target 2 and target 1 for the next 30 minutes. Not unless if the ES hit target 2, the Nasdaq will hit the target 3. Once the ES hit the target 2, it's finished for the morning session. It is finished. Which normally those, they come around 11 o'clock. They start popping out at 11, 5-10 minutes plus minus, but those are the target for the morning session. So as we notice here, the Nasdaq already hit the institutional number, and what we see on what we are experiencing on the Nasdaq, look at it, right on the tick, look at it. Right on the tick, profit taking. Coming back to the target 1, going back to target 2. And this is where the traders get lost. It is profit taking, going back between target 1 and target 2, and this is where they play you. And now, after we hit the target 1, profit taking, and this is where you get lost. Is a pullback, profit taking. So, the market is climbing to the target 1 on the ES. It's 11 o'clock, an institutional number. If they want to push it to target 2, that means you kiss it goodbye, especially on Friday. Especially on Friday. Target 1, target 2, institutional number, profit taken, nothing left in the market in the morning session. Nothing left. The target 3 is for the afternoon session. Once you know all the rhythm in the market, it doesn't matter what auto trade you are using. You build consistency, you know what's going on in the market. You know, like when I override the auto trade, when the auto trade in the morning took a short position, I didn't want the short position despite the auto trade made 1,200. I don't want the short position. By luck, that auto trade took a short and the ES took a little dive, but I know there is no short. And then I closed it and I posted the auto trade on that video today because I don't want the auto trade to take short. Irrelevant whether I'm using 10 range, 9 range, 2 minutes, 5 minutes is irrelevant. The radar is on the 1 minute. The decisions are made on the ES 1 minute, not on the range, not on a Renko bar, not on 600 ticks, not on 288 ticks. Decisions are made on the 1 minute. Despite the auto trade, it is on 1 minute, 2 minute, and 8 minute or 8 range or whatever you are using is irrelevant. Your auto trade time frame is irrelevant. The decision is making from your side. When I see, and I'm looking here, and I see the Nasdaq hit the institutional target, why are you still on that trade? Why you still on that trade? Close it. You're done. If you want to stay up on it, maybe you can get another 1,000, maybe another 200, or maybe it's going to drop and lose another 1,000. We don't know, because this is the top up of the market. This is the top for the morning session. We are done. Whoever stayed away from the turbulence in the market when the market was not pumping, whoever managed to stay away from those and then be patient, and when the market turn around and start synchronizing with each other, This is where you unleash your auto trade. This is the top for the morning session. Irrelevant whether your PNL is 800 or 8,000 or 18,000 is irrelevant. This is top of the market. Look what happened to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is staying between target 1 and target 2 institutional, and that is going to stay for the next 30 minutes. Not unless if the ES is going to climb to the target 2, then maybe the Nasdaq will hit the target 3, which the target 3 it is for the afternoon session. 99.9% traders, they don't know what is an institutional number. Those, they've been around the block. This is when my daughter was born. I was in Switzerland. 23 years old. Those numbers, they are 23 years old. And they still function. The reason they still function, because not too many people knows them. Not too many people knows those numbers. For the last 23 years, those numbers been solid. Because there is no access to the retailers with those equations. We kept them on the server, and when we started many years ago, we did not release many of systems to the retailers, and we kept it until today. Those numbers is on the server, is not on NinjaTrader. That's how much protected they are. So now what we are looking for, now the ES is close the 8 range on 6,500. The Nasdaq is playing between target 1 and target 2. There is a chance for the ES to climb to the 39.63 and maybe the final target for the morning session 39.76. It is 11 o'clock. It is finished. Usually those institutional numbers around 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. And we are done for today. We stayed away from the trouble. We predicted when the market was sideways, and we predicted when the market is fixing to break out. It's not, a trader should have an early warning, an early prediction before anybody else when the market is about to fix to get aligns with each other. So you are many steps ahead of an amateur trader using ATR, auto trade. The drop happening here is coming, if the ES drop is coming, if you are using an ATR, by the time this market, whether you are using 1 minute, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, by the time the market drop to 39, somewhere around there, your ATR auto trade start taking short. There is no short. What it is, as a manual trader, you have a re-entry. When all those idiots going short, you sit here and going long on 39, 31. Those guys are just tourists in the market. They come and they leave. They make noises and they leave. They whine and crying over the net and then they leave. They disappear. So those guys, they're going to go ahead and start taking short in here. They fall into this trap. Why? Professional trader is sitting here and trying to re-enter the market on 39, 31. So what you see, the amateur trader, it is doing the opposite what the market is telling him. There is no short. If we look at the momentum here, the buyers over the sellers, the pressure in the market is very strong, indicating there is no short. And what it is just a pullback, a re-entry, and where those idiots, they are using ATRs, and by this time, everyone is going short. And guess what? There is no short. And if he's going on 2-3 contract, it's going to blow right up to his face with $300-400 losses. And the thing is, He don't recognize what he's doing. He'll go back to the optimization because he thinks his chart or his template that is not working. Then sorting out what is the problem, he go back to the optimization. He thinks he got the wrong template. Illusion. And folks, that's all what we have for you today. We wish you a pleasant day. Our mission finished.